For our next construction, we're going to make a perpendicular bisector. This is a lot like the perpendicular lines, but just with a slight difference. Again, go to geogebra.org, select the geometry app, and we have this picture. Now, instead of making a line, we're going to make a segment. See, a line goes on forever. It doesn't have a middle. But a segment stops on both ends and has a middle to it. And that middle is the bisector part. We want to identify the middle. So you're going to select the segment tool and click twice on the screen. You'll notice this is different. This doesn't keep going past those 2 points. It stops at point A and point B. You can move them and make it longer or shorter if you want, but it's going to stop at those 2 points. We call those endpoints. Next, we're going to go to the tools that say More and hunt for the appropriate tool. And in this case, GeoGebra got a big improvement, making this construction much, much easier than it used to be. We have a tool that says Perpendicular Bisector. Under Construct, there's a perpendicular bisector, and it'll just make it for us. That means it's going to make a line that goes right through the middle of our segment and makes a 90-degree angle with it. So you're going to select the perpendicular bisector tool, and it says all you have to do is click on the segment. We can either just click on the segment you've made or click on the endpoints of the segment. I'm just going to click on the segment because it's going to be fast and easy, and it makes a line that goes through both the middle of this and makes a right angle. Now, to make this easy to identify, because now we have a line and a segment, they're not the same thing. One is different from the other. We're going to make some changes so it's pretty easy to follow this thing. You're going to go down to the arrow tool, down at the bottom, and we're going to click on the segment we just made, or the line we just made, and we're going to make a few changes. First off, let's change its color, make sure everybody knows how to do that. Sometimes it makes things easier to follow if you do that. So now my original segment is red, or my original segment is gray, and the perpendicular bisector is red. That's the first part. Now we're going to measure both the perpendicular part, which is the angles. We did that in a previous assignment, so we can we'll have to put a point where they meet. So go back, click point, and put a point right where they meet. And just like we did a few constructions ago, we're going to measure the angle. So we go over to the angle measure tool. Oh, in this case, I guess we're going to need to put another point. We don't have a point on the red line here, so we'll have to put a point somewhere on the red line. It doesn't really matter where, just put it off of the original segment. See, I put a point D up here. You can put it below, it'll still work. But now we can measure our angle. Select the Measure Angle tool and click the 3 points that make up an angle. Make sure the corner of the angle, called the vertex, is the middle point you click. But now if we do that, we should be able to see that we got a 90-degree angle, even if we change how long or short the segment is. And we're going to do one other measurement to show that that point is in the middle. That is the bisector as well. To do that, we're going to measure some distances. So we're going to go down to the tool that says Measure Distance or Length. We're going to click on that tool. Now in this case, we want to measure the distance from A to C and the distance from B to C and see that they're the same thing. So I've got the Measure Distance or Length tool. I'm going to click on point A and then point C, and you see a distance comes up, it's 5.2. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I've still got this tool selected. I'm going to click point B and point C, and notice I get the same distance for both. Then, if you grab the arrow and move these around, you can see that no matter how long or short I make one of these, the other one's going to be the same length, and we're going to keep the 90-degree angle. Once you have that, you can call your teacher over to check out your construction.